Hello, Rapid Fighters. Turn 3 of Périers scenario by Don Mayhew. Let's start with the Germans. Let's see what they've been doing. Last night, all die were rolled, and plenty of results were obtained. This is a generic view. You see, the Germans are coming already. Finally, from this side, this Western group, and British are also trying to flank the Germans over there, and of course that A company of Statsfordshire or Shire. Well, in Lord of the Rings is Shire here. I think I'm not sure how to say it. So Germans first. Morale first. There's a Panzer IV that got a 5 on the dice, which is good. It saved him. Then it was the only morale that was necessary to be done. Chance observation. Then they tried to see this group of Germans here, tried to see this group of British infantry, but failed. A 6 was necessary, but the 3 came out, as well as here. A 4 came out, but here, the Panzer IV managed to see this group of British infantry here. It took a 6, so it will fire on them soon. Then smoke shells fired from this place. Second round of smoke shells, and last. Previous one were already taken out at the end of turn 2, but not enough to ignite the smoke to protect somehow the German advance. Sorry. Movement. As you can see, there is the entrance of this Western group with the new thing that I forgot to place, which is this 20 millimeter AA gun on top of the 38T Czech chassis. And of course, these guys are rolling forward, trying to go around the villages, into the villages, in fact, and at the same time exchanging fire with whoever comes in their front. This group here is trying to, this eastern group is divided into 2 parts, as you know. So these ones are trying to enter more or less directly into the villages and holding the any chance of trying to check whatever the British are doing here. Now, after close assaults, there are no close assaults. Firing for the Germans here, as you can see. This gun class 3, if I'm not mistaken, from the Panzer IV short gun 75 millimeter. I think it's gun class 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Let me just check. The short gun class 3, exactly over there. Okay. It shot against that Achilles, but which is hull down protection. Besides, this guy moved, so this 4 here was not enough. Okay. This one even worse. Even if it had a better gun, it took a 2, not enough. Even with a gun class 2, but against a target class 4, 2+ for the German, but 2+ with these 2 added apparently would be enough, but then the fact of moving made it insufficient. These 2 here fired against that Sherman over there that already revealed itself in the previous turn, but also it fired back. Look at these lousy 3 and 1s on the dice. Germans are also. I should have started with some eye explosive, of course. First, here the artillery tried to fire against the sextons. Radio managed to work finally, but the 2 was not enough for the first round, because a 5 or 6 would be necessary for the first rounds to land on the target. This high explosive again here, high explosive fire. The Panzer IV managed to hit a big burst of high explosive in the middle of the British soldiers. For that, I used this old rapid fire 2 template. I could see 4 British figures inside, but in fact only 3 dice were sent, because they are under hard cover. But even so, one of them was a 6, so 1 figure is down. Okay. Now, let's see what else happened. Mm. For the Germans, I think all fire is declared. Exactly. Now the British response, first high explosive, as I should have started with the Germans. One again on the radio. I didn't tell you, but on the previous turn, also one for the radio to communicate with the OP. So no communication. It was the only number that could not have come out. Then the British, of course, used fire against the Germans. The movement is only these guys here. The faster M5s are ahead of the Sherman already, because they have a few more inches to in open in cross country than the Sherman. Um, and fire now. The Achilles managed to hit the damaged Panzer IV. It took first a 6 and then a 5, more than enough to destroy it. Okay, with a much better gun against gun class 1 against armor class, if I'm not mistaken, armor class 3, exactly. So more than enough. That Sherman over there with the gun class 3 tried to hit this Panzer IV and failed. Three is not enough. The red dice are for the British, as you already understood. Those two fireflies shot against this Panzer IV. First result was very bad, but second a 6 and then a 3, 6 for a hit and a 3 for the result, which is a damage for against the Panzer IV. Even with movement, it managed to hit the German. And then those two Shermans over there fired against this Panzer IV along the road. They took 4, which apparently would be enough, but as the Panzer IV moved, it was not. So they would have needed 5. What else here? This group of 8 figures, 4 dice against art cover, all right, and 2 of the infantries came down with these 2 6s. More or less the same here, 7 figures, which is total 3 dice against this Somua here, Pioneer Somua, and the fighter of the MG is done also, and the MG is done. So I think this is everything that happened on this turn. Let's hope what turn 4 will bring us. Okay, bye bye, thank you.